Hi, I'm Rosco, this is AmazingEV, and we're on our way to have a look at a very special car that most of you have seen. Many of you haven't driven, but it's really carved a pathway and led the way for many EVs here in Australia. Those who've owned them have absolutely loved them. There's only a few here. You can't get it any more new. And so those that are going on the second-hand market are very, very desirable and almost collectible now. We're going to go and have a look at an incredible example over in Seaforth and Sydney's North Shore. And this one, the owner's actually overseas, so we won't get a chance to meet him today. But I'm going to take a drive of it, take it out, get some photos so that we can list it on AmazingEV and show it in the best possible light, because, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this car. It's absolutely perfect. I could just imagine Elon with his engineering team when they were conceiving this car off the back of the incredible Roadster, limited small number EV that they were experimenting on. Then the Model S, like full-scale production, high-end car, fantastic. Then, okay, so that's what should we do next to top that? And Elon comes up with, well, let's do gull-wing doors in the rear. And the engineers go, you've got to be kidding. That's impossible. And Elon, being Elon, of course, goes, we're doing it. And so it's done. Practical reasons, of course. We need more room to help people get in the back seat. After all, there are going to be 3 rows of seats. It's going to seat 7. So how else are you going to get in when it's next to another car? Of course we need gull-wing doors. So that sets the scene for an incredible engineering challenge and results in one of the most amazing cars that's ever been built and maybe will ever be built, EV or otherwise. But that's just the start of this amazing car. They're not bringing any more into Australia. You can't buy it new, so these sorts of examples are just getting harder and harder to find. This is a very fine example of a Tesla Model X 2016 all-wheel drive P100D, and it's for sale in Sydney. The owner's family's left home. They no longer need 6 seats. It's for sale in Sydney for $85,000. Have a think about that. It was probably over $250,000 new, so after 10 years, the depreciation's not bad. First, a bit of background on the Tesla Model X. It was launched in the US in 2015, came to Australia in 2016, and of course famous for its Falcon Wing doors. A seagull or gull-wing doors aren't big enough for Elon, so it had to be Falcon Wing. And of course, at the time, it was one of the fastest production cars on Earth. SUV, luxury car, any type of car. It was one of the fastest, and perhaps still is. Delivery started in Australia in 2016, and this one is the top of the range, the P100D. 100 kilowatt hour battery giving over 500 kilometers of range, and of course the Ludicrous Mode. This one just about had it all, and it's got every single option. And of course, check out those beautiful white seats. The interior is glorious. When skeptics say to me, EVs aren't going to last that long, and we know used cars on average last 11.6 years from our research, this one's coming up 9 to 10 years. It's only done 111,000 kilometres. It could only be halfway through its life, right? I mean, this one's got plenty left. Plus, this one came with lifelong free Tesla supercharging at the Tesla Supercharger network. Imagine selling a petrol car to someone and saying, hey, look, we're going to chuck in $4,000 of petrol for the rest of the life of the car. It's almost unheard of, but that's basically what's happening with this car. For as long as you own it, you're going to get free charging or free fuel from the Tesla Supercharger network for the life of the car. And while the 100 kilowatt battery was quoted about 550 range, it's probably less than 500 now after battery degradation, natural battery degradation. That's compared to a Tesla Model Y, which has only got a 61 kilowatt hour battery. So we think this one's still good for 500 range. Oh, and that Ludicrous Mode. I mean, seriously, this was one of the fastest production cars when it came out, and it probably still is. 450 kilowatts of power, 2 engines driving all 4 wheels. Google it and you'll see that that's around about 600 brake horsepower. And That's phenomenal. That's supercar. That's Nissan GTR. That's Porsche Turbo back in the day. That's Aston Martin DB11. So you press the ludicrous button mode, you hold tight, and we're not condoning speeding by any manner of means or dangerous driving. It's 0 to 100 in 3.1 seconds. I mean, that is absolutely phenomenal, all from a vehicle that weighs 2,450 kilograms. Look, it's reasonable, it's not huge. I mean, that's the same as a Volvo XC60 hybrid from 2024, or a ute or a truck, all at the same time being an extremely practical SUV. 5 metres in length, all the way from the front boot or fruit at 187 litres, all the way to the back with the seats down at over 2,000 litres of room, storage room in the back seat with the seats down. Phenomenal, it's just cavernous. 3 rows of seats, 6-seater configuration in this one, although you could have got 7. Plenty of room comfortably for 6 people easily to sit and safely travel in this car. Inside, it's pure Mark Newson style with design touches and features everywhere. They've really gone to a lot of trouble with this car. And of course, it's got the outstanding Tesla sound system as well, plus all the entertainment on the big screen. Apart from all the special Tesla touches you'd expect: Autopilot, front vision cameras, high-speed crash avoidance, rear parking sensors, ABS brakes, driver airbag, passenger airbag, cruise control, keyless start, remote central, proximity key. You've also got some incredible options on this one. Automatic options, it's just about automatic everything. You can precondition before you get in, you can set suspension for particular locations, you can change level depending on a particular driveway, you can have automatic opening and closing doors, automatic garage opening and closing doors on proximity only, Spotify podcast. Keep connected, keep the dog cool, almost everything. It's a complete package and ready for you to give it a new lease of life. I'm Rosco, and you can contact the owner at the AmazingEV virtual showroom. We'll see you next time.